Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today's video is kind of just like a rambly, ranty discussion video, kind of me just talking because I have things I want to talk about because my brain is where I'm stuck most of the time. And so we're just gonna do some talking today. This is a super casual video. I'm currently sprinting with Brooke Wrights on my computer that's sitting right here. We are currently doing a sprint and I post videos on Mondays and Thursdays. Thursday is tomorrow and I don't have a video yet. So therefore, we're just gonna do some talking. This is a little bit of like a Milwordy update, aka like a half Milwordy update. This is kind of just like a halfway through the month evaluation. This is kind of just talking about my things that I wanted to accomplish with my Get Stuff Done month. You know, we're just chatting today. So, okay, all right. I don't know how to say this any better, but basically I've had a lot of things going on, which is not surprising. Everybody does at this point in time. Like, who doesn't? Everyone does. However, I feel like I'm currently doing a lot. I feel like I want to add a lot of things onto my plate, and so I kind of just need to like talk through it out loud, even though I'm not gonna like divulge a ton of information on certain things just because I don't know if I actually want to do them. I don't know if I'm actually gonna implement them or not, and so I'm not gonna say them until I actually do it. I've kind of like already started my Q4 planning for the year, aka the fourth quarter of 2020, October, November, December planning. A little bit, I haven't started planning, I've started thinking about planning. There's a very big difference between those two. And I just feel like I have so many things that I want to add onto my plate because I feel like from now, which is September 16th, until like late November, and that gives me a lot of time where like I basically have no other plans than like working, which is kind of a scary thought, but at the same time it gives me some time to like get my act together a little bit. It's not gonna be a ton because I'm an optimist and sometimes not very realistic, and so therefore we're gonna talk about some of the things that I'm thinking about implementing in or trying to implement in quarter four, aka a halfway through September check-in. Basically, we're just gonna like discuss some stuff. The people want to say hi to the vlog. Say hi, Brooke. Yay.
Oh, mine still smells new. I like just bought it not that long ago. Sorry, just I love these are hardcovers. Oh yeah.
The sun has officially gone down now. We are on another sprint. One of the biggest issues right now that I wanted to cover in this video, not the biggest, they're all pretty big, aka why I'm including them, but my reading slump. And so we started talking about Sarah J. Maas. I enjoy her writing. Some people do, some people don't. To each their own. But somebody made a comment about one of the chapters in A Court of Mist and Fury, and so I pulled it out because like I wanted to figure out which chapter they were talking about, and so I was like flipping through trying to figured it out, remembered how much I love this series, and so maybe I just need to reread this trilogy, and maybe that would be easier on me than trying to like read new things to like get out of my reading slump. I'm not entirely sure, but like this has been pulled out. There's a very high chance that I might read this again, but that was like a development as of like 2 minutes ago, as we were like smelling our books and stuff. The next thing I kind of want to talk about is Milwordy. You know, this little project called Milwordy, or half Milwordy, the thing I'm doing, which is where I'm trying to work with 500,000 words within a year. I was going to be including drafting words, rewriting words, and editing words, which I have been doing. But my goal in rereading my draft 2 of my Project DE in order to start the rewrite for draft 3 of Project DE was I wanted to be done before September started, because on September 1st is when this year-long experiment started for me. So I wanted to start on September 1st. Guess what? That did not happen. Guess what? It's September 16th and I'm still not done. Guess what? I'm still on page like 136 out of like 226. Being in a reading slump does not help me get this reread done. I love the story I'm working on. I really, really do. It's just that sitting down and giving it the amount of time it needs for the reread and the notes is hard on top of work. Primarily work, because that is like the one other thing that's happening in my life, like I said, for like the next 2 months. Basically, I'm not gonna see much of my family from Minnesota until Thanksgiving. That's kind of why I prefaced it like that. I was in Utah and Minnesota last week on vacation, and when I was in Utah, it was 75 degrees the first day, and then the next day it snowed. And then when I was in Minnesota, we were getting like full fall weather, and so like it was very much like an indication of the end of summer, even though then I came back to Texas and it was like 87 degrees. And so it's hot out here. Basically, I think I'm going to be altering my half Milwordy goal. And when I say goal, I really mean like what I'm including. Because my concept was 500,000 words is roughly 5 drafts of something. Because I tend to write things that are like a little bit longer than 100,000 words. So I'm like, okay, at least 2 more drafts of Project EE, probably something else, who knows what else, right? Done. Doing that in a year would be very difficult. However, that is what I was assuming I would do. But now that we are on September 16th, and I have only written like 4,000 words this month, I think I'm going to switch what is counted in my half Milwordy goal so I don't feel guilty about the fact that I'm still rereading. And I think I'm going to change it to including rereading and like just spending all of this time on the reread, because that's important. Like it's a lot of words, you guys. Like it is a lot of words that I'm trying to get through. I mean, as in like 105,000 words or something. So not like that many, but it certainly grows by the day. And then on like September 3rd is when I went out of town, and then I was out of town for like a week and a couple days, which just like pulled me out of my routine. I was not really able to get a ton of words done because I was around family. I really wanted to enjoy that time. My sister's going to college soon. I wanted to help her pack and feel ready. And of course, it's always nice to see my parents, spend time outside. Like I was just outside of my regular routine. However, it was a nice reset. So now that I'm back in Texas after vacation, it kind of gave me a lot of energy that I felt like I wanted to put towards building a new routine and a new schedule, because I kind of have roughly 2 months, a little bit over 2 months of like pretty uninterrupted time where I can get a routine going and hopefully stick with it. So in a super long-winded way, I'm pretty sure that that's one of the things that I want to be working on in these next couple of months is a new routine and a new schedule, just because I know that I've kind of been lacking a little bit of structure, and that has been my own doing, and I want to try a couple of different things, structure and schedule wise and routine wise, to figure out what I'm happiest with. That being said, getting back from vacation, I did have several ideas on vacation that I really want to start implementing. I'm not going to talk about them too much, like I said earlier, because I don't want to put it out there if I'm not going to actually end up doing something with it, because I do want to add like 3 more things into my life, and my life is already pretty busy with writing and working, which might not seem like a lot, but it is. And so the idea of adding 3 other major things is like significant. And so it's all about building a routine that will help me accommodate some of those things being added. Another something that I have wanted to do with my whole like concept of my Get Stuff Done month, which started out being like the last half of August, but I extended through like the end of September-ish, is my goal, is to like finish moving into my apartment, because even like right behind the camera, there's still a cardboard box. There's still like a cardboard box over there. Some of my paintings aren't hung up yet. Like there's just things that I want to take care of. My creative wing, which is what I'm calling my office and spare closet, has not been entirely set up yet. I really just want my apartment to become a creative oasis for me, and so I just need to get all of that stuff done. I want to be completely moved in. I want to feel like this space is mine. I want to come home and feel just like relaxed when I walk in the door. And something else, I want to keep it clean, because like, we're just being honest. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Basically, I'm calling it like my Get Stuff Done month. I want to get my house in order. I just want things to feel really moved in, and I want this space to feel like it's mine so that I can get as much enjoyment out of it as possible. Granted, I did say earlier that like I'm kind of a hyper optimist sometimes, and so it might be unrealistic that I want to get all of this stuff done and implement these 3 other major hobbies into my life before Thanksgiving-ish, but realistically probably before November. But I don't know about that, because like, anyways, we all know that November is National Novel Writing Month. I don't know what I'm doing for that yet, but trying to still put my life together while Nano is going on would be extremely stressful. And so at some point between the end of October, at some point in November, but basically before Thanksgiving, I kind of want to have a better grasp on the state of my apartment, my creative wing, like I called it, my 3 other potential hobbies that I'm looking into more now. It might be 2. It's like 2.5. It's 2.5. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I have sort of started thinking about my Q4 goals and things I want to accomplish. Last year, my Q4 was absolutely amazing. I did NaNoWriMo. I hit 250,000 words in my project DE when I was still drafting the story from beginning to end. And I graduated all in Q4. And so this Q4 is probably going to look a little bit different than that because I am out of school. And I will make a whole video about what I want to accomplish in Q4 just because I like making those videos for myself. But I have seen a couple of videos, like there was one by Scarlett Cole where she talked about how 90-day planning has really helped her and that she likes 90-day planning better than year-long planning just because as your goals evolve, it's not like you completely fall off the wagon because your goals did like a complete 180 or something. You just take the time and reevaluate every 3 months. And I have really enjoyed quarterly goals in the past, but now I think after watching her video, it gives me like some structure, and I think I'm gonna try and break down my goals better so they're not as unrealistic this time around. And I also recently watched author Angela Ann's video where she was talking about her Instagram and how she plans her Instagram content, which my Instagram kind of goes on and off of being pretty decent and like not really, and like it's been in like the not really state for a while. So I think I'm going to use some of the tricks and techniques that she used in that video for Q3, and I'm going to try and get my Instagram together and like be a more Instagram aesthetic person, but like not really. I just want to post more on my Instagram. And so if you want to follow me, casual plug, this is my Instagram handle at Sarah LeBrat Writes, because in October, November, December, I'm really trying to get on top of my Instagram game a little bit better. So basically, to like sum it all up, I'm still in a reading slump. I'm considering reading the Sarah J. Maas books again just because they're good and like very easy to read, very fun to read. That reading slump is also affecting my reread of my project DE, and therefore I'm changing my Milwordy words to Milwordy words, I like that, to include rereading just because that will alleviate pressure, and then I will not feel bad about the fact that I'm taking so long to make sure that my notes and understanding of what I currently have on the page is very, very good, so that when I do the rewrite, hopefully it makes it a little bit easier. Because then at least my notes will be concise, I will know where I want to change things instead of just trying to like quick read through to start the rewrite. But alright, that's it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sarah LeBrat. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you leave a comment down below that says progress is progress, because that is the motto that we are living by right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up because it really supports my channel by telling the YouTube algorithm that you liked my video and that someone else might too. One thing I'm super thankful for in the end of August and September starting again is that we are back to that twice a week posting schedule on Mondays and Thursdays. And so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!